All right, let's jump right in. We're going to unpack a really powerful myth from the Mahabharata. It's a story about betrayal, incredible power, and a curse that actually changed the very nature of fire itself. It's a wild tale packed with gods, demons, and consequences that just ripple on forever.
So, let's start with the big question that kicks this whole thing off. I mean, it sounds totally impossible, right? How in the world can a baby, who isn't even born yet, have enough power to just obliterate a demon? And believe me, this one single incredible event is what sets everything else in motion.
So, our story gets started with a sage named Bhrigu and his pregnant wife Pauloma. But, see, there's someone else in the picture. Lurking nearby is a Rakshasa, a type of demon, and he's got his sights set on Pauloma. All he needs is for someone to just point her out.
And this is where the betrayal happens. The demon asks the fire god, Agni, who's supposed to be all about purity and truth, to identify Pauloma for him. And Agni does it. He points her out, and just like that, he seals her fate and sets the stage for something awful.
What happens next is, well, it's a blur. The Rakshasa changes into a boar and just snatches Pauloma. But in the middle of all this chaos and terror, something absolutely unbelievable happens. The unborn child, filled with this pure rage, falls from his mother's womb. And the second the demon lays eyes on this powerful, glowing infant, poof! He's just gone, reduced to nothing but ash.
So, of course, this child gets a name that's tied directly to this insane event. He's called Chyavana, which literally means he who fell from the womb. You know, his name is basically a permanent reminder of his mother's trauma and his own incredible, violent entry into the world.
And this just shows you how unbelievably powerful he was. I mean, the text says Chyavana shone like the sun. This wasn't just any baby. This was a being with immense cosmic power. His mere presence and his righteous anger were enough to destroy a demon that a god had just helped.
Okay, so the immediate danger's gone, right? The demon is toast. But the emotional fallout, that's just getting started. We're shifting gears here, from high-stakes action to a moment of really deep cosmic grief.
As you can imagine, Pauloma is just completely heartbroken. Her grief is so powerful, so immense, that it actually gets the attention of the top god himself, Brahma. He personally comes down from the heavens just to comfort her. That's how you know this was a huge cosmic-level event.
And get this, the scale of her sorrow is just wow. Her tears don't just fall on the ground, they flow. They form a river, a whole river made of her tears that follows her wherever she goes, like a permanent scar on the landscape born from her pain. And it's Brahma himself who gives this river its name, the Vadhusara. So, right in the middle of all this, as this river of sorrow is literally being created, the sage Bhrigu comes home. He sees his wife, he sees his newborn son, and he sees this impossible river of tears. And you can just feel his grief turning into pure, white-hot rage. And he's got one thing on his mind. He goes straight to Pauloma and asks, "Who pointed you out to the Rakshasa?" But you can tell he's not just asking for information. He's looking for a target. He's basically saying, "Tell me who did this so I can curse them." This is about vengeance, pure and simple. And this is it, the moment of truth. Pauloma, through her tears, tells him it was Agni, the fire god. She tells him the whole story, how Agni pointed her out, but that her son's incredible birth was what saved her. And just like that, Bhrigu's rage has a name. It has a target.
When Bhrigu hears this, his rage just explodes. All of it is now focused like a laser on Agni. You know, no more questions. It's time for payback. The bill for this divine betrayal has come due, and it's about to be paid in full.
And here it comes. The curse. Bhrigu unleashes all his power and lays it on Agni. You will eat everything, clean and unclean alike. Now you got to understand, for a god whose whole deal is purity, who's supposed to take sacred offerings up to the heavens, this is the worst possible punishment. It's just devastating.
So what does this curse actually do? Well, think about it. Fire is supposed to be a purifier, right? But this curse completely flips that on its head. Now Agni has no choice. Fire has to be this indiscriminate force. It has to consume everything,
Whether it's a sacred offering or a pile of garbage, it's forever changed, forever tainted by this one act of betrayal.
It's really amazing when you step back and look at the chain reaction here. A god's betrayal leads to this miraculous birth. The trauma from that leads to a mother's sorrow that literally creates a river. That sorrow fuels a father's rage, which leads to a curse that changes the very nature of fire forever. It just goes to show you, in this world, every single action has consequences that can ripple out for eternity.
And that kind of leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? I mean, for Bhrigu, this curse was justice, an eye for an eye. But in these epic stories, is a curse ever really the end? Or is it just the beginning of another story, just another link in that endless chain of cause and effect?